Hi everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Heather, and we are from Try Hard Enthusiast on Instagram. And here with, yet again, another pickup video. Because that's all we post now, pickup videos.
Yeah, we need to get back into actual videos.
But pretty much what we have in front of us here is a mixture of pre-vacation and vacation pickups. Because I guess we didn't really think we were going to get that many on vacation.
No. And I've ordered things since we've been back from vacation, so.
I'm waiting to see if we get work monies.
Work monies?
Inspire points.
Oh.
Because I have a couple things in my cart too. And I have things that have shipped, but they'll be in the next one.
I'm still waiting for my statue to ship.
Yeah, I know.
I got the thing saying they were supposed to be shipping, or not shipping, they were arriving at the warehouse like 2 months ago and still haven't shipped.
But, yeah.
Sorry, cat doing weird things. Go on. I didn't know what he was doing. It sounded like he was chewing on the wall.
Alright.
Which I wouldn't put past him because he's weird.
Yeah, they're special. So, we're gonna get started with handheld stuff first. Gotta clarify nowadays. But
Well, the Switch is a hybrid system, not a handheld system.
Yeah. At first I was gonna kind of keep the pile separate between pre-vacation, post-vacation. I just mixed it all together so we do it our normal style. But the first game that I have is I finally broke down and picked up Detective Pikachu. Yeah. We got this. There's a video game chain of stores in Maine called Bull Moose. And they're pretty awesome. They're the equivalent of like our Second Charles.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
The only thing with them is they definitely check prices before they put stuff on the shelves.
I mean, case in point, like I was too lazy to take a lot of the stickers off these games. We more or less paid up while we were on vacation for a lot of the things that we got.
Either paid up or paid market value.
Yeah, but that's pretty decent price for that one, honestly.
Also, while on vacation at a Bull Moose, we picked up Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus, which I did not know was even a thing until we saw it on the shelf. This is a very clean copy. They also had Portable Ops 1 there, but it was very, very nasty.
It was also a greatest hits copy.
That too. So
try to avoid if we can, but I mean, you'll see sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Whatever. This was from, I can't remember the name of the store in that one mall. It was like Game On, I want to say.
I think it was Game On.
In Lewiston, Maine.
So don't even ask me the town name because I don't know.
I know you don't. But I picked up Jake Hunter Detective Stories, Ghost of the Dusk. I believe it's just another like visual novel style. I don't know. There's another DS series. It was like Hotel 215 or something like that. But it's just visual novel style game. And I like the Axis games. Ooh, that does have a manual in it. Axis usually publishes some pretty good games, so.
And next up for the PSP, we got Daxter. So I'm surprised we didn't have, or do we have it? We just have a loose only.
We have a loose copy because that was usually a pack-in game with the PSP.
It's also a very clean copy.
And then for ha-has, while we were on vacation, we stopped at a couple GameStops just to see if the variety in Maine was a little different than it is in like the Delaware, Maryland region. And I got a DS game, complete in box. And it's in really good shape. But Kirby Mass Attack, it's like a proper old school Kirby game with multiple Kirbys. And of course, I had to laugh when they're like, "Do you want the protection plan?" I would be like, "You're not going to be able to find me another copy of this, so no, you can fuck off."
I was surprised by how many, like, in-box DS games we saw at GameStop.
They did have quite a few up there.
I mean, most of them were, like, your crappy titles, but they had them.
Get out from over there. No.
Cat
No.
being weird.
No, he's just trying to eat stuff that he's not supposed to eat. Like cords and surge protectors and...
And then last up for the PSP, we got Final Fantasy IV. Got the complete collection. Apparently it has DLC on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it's not DLC, it's like another story or something. So, it is complete. It's in pretty good shape. You can't see that because it's all white, but...
Yeah, I mean, the price was a little on the expensive end, but after looking on eBay, that it was pretty much below what it's been selling on eBay, so...
And the artwork is a little bit damaged in the top. It's not bad, though.
So that's retro handhelds. Next we'll move on to PS1. In the same game store in Lewiston that I got the 3DS game, the Jake Hunter game, managed to find a copy of Digimon World, the first one. It is complete. It's in kind of rough shape. I was a little sad after I picked it up because I realized that it's pretty scratched. So I will probably end up upgrading the disc on that one.
Yeah.
Later on down the road.
So unfortunately, some of these stores had their games in the "you can't steal this" case, and they didn't let you look at them.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, next up for the PlayStation, we got Croc: The Legend of Gabos.
Which it's in an MLB case.
Yeah.
I saw that and made me laugh.
Somebody definitely switched out the case because whatever reason.
But we've got some replacements that we can easily switch it into. And then to go along with that, I wasn't intending on picking this series up, but I picked up Croc 2 because I picked up Croc 1 the day before, the same day. It was the same day, I think, actually.
I think it was the same day.
I mean...
It was like back-to-back stores.
I don't feel like I ever really see this game, at least in this area, so...
We should save that one for last.
Yeah.
And next up we got GTA 2. Yeah, not much to say. It's old top-down GTA.
That game and this next game were the last two games that I needed to pretty much have all of the PlayStation 1 games I had as a kid. And that would be Final Fantasy Tactics. I hate this game so much, but I bought it out of principle because I legitimately wanted all the games I had as a kid. So I wasn't going to make any exceptions just because I absolutely hate that game.
Not even going to attempt to get all the games I had as a kid. And last up, we got... Which one is this? Dragon Warrior 7. It is fully complete. The case does need to be cleaned.
I mean, we did...
It's very... Like, the disc and manual and everything are very clean, but somebody definitely spilled something on the case.
And I mean, we did pay up for it.
In one small corner of the manual.
We did pay up for it, but if you look on eBay... I know. If you look on eBay, it's selling for... It was anywhere between like $100 and $150 right now. They also had Saga Frontier. Cannot talk. They had that, but I think they wanted like $70 for that. And
yeah, it was...
That was pretty high compared to what it's selling for right now, so we passed on that one.
I feel like it wasn't in very good shape either, from what we could tell.
Yeah, it was a little bit more worn.
Yeah.
But
like this one, again, this was one they had it in a security case, so we couldn't look at it, and it looked very clean from the outside. But once we got it and opened it up in the car, you could tell it had gotten something spilled on it, but it's not that bad. So next up we have kind of like a hodgepodge of systems and games. Starting off with the original Ninja Gaiden, or at least the regular Nintendo version of it.
Which I'm surprised we didn't have that.
I am too. This is a very clean case.
For being out on the store
Yeah,
floor.
it has a little bit of gunk right there to clean off stuff.
I got enough things I gotta clean off right now, so. One game I mentioned in the last pickup video that was shipped but we hadn't gotten yet was the Indies Hero Collection for the Evercade, which some of these look interesting and others just look like junk. Because, I mean, it's the Evercade. I'm really interested. It's got like this anime looking one with like little chibi sprites. I'm wondering how that's gonna look on the Evercade.
It has the flea.
It does have the flea.
Then another Evercade game, we got Techno's Collection 1. I picked this one up because it has pretty much all the Double Dragons and River City Ransom on it. And then a couple of random sports games. Kind of weird. It's like 5 fighting games and then like 3 like beach volleyball and stuff like that.
Ooh, it's got Super Dodgeball on it. Ooh.
Like it's a fighting game collection with dodgeball and volleyball.
I don't care, it's got Super Dodgeball.
I got it for the Double Dragons and the River City Ransom. So.
At the first Bull Moose that we went to in Waterville, because we spent a lot of our time in central Maine, I just find a pretty clean copy of Second Sight. Case is a little gunky. And I still can't tell if that's the artwork being damaged or...
It looks like the plastic cover is
No, it's like the artwork itself. Yeah, it's supposed to look like glass. It keeps throwing me off because I keep thinking it's got water damage on the case, which I almost didn't pick it up because of that. But, I mean, the disc is in good shape. The manual's, like...
Very nice.
Practically untouched. So...
Got some Sharpie on the front.
That's got a lot of shenanigans on the front that I gotta clean off. And it's got a security tag, like, underneath the art right here on the case, which that's gonna be fun to take off.
And then next up for the Wii, we got Saint. Saint.
It's a shmup.
Would not have guessed that.
I know, right? I figured I'd see it from time to time, and it's a Wii game we don't have.
Is it like the Monkey King?
I don't know.
Being a small... Yeah, it is. It's like straight up fucking Goku. Yeah, I mean, it's on the front. Riding the cloud and everything.
I mean, well, when you say Monkey King, I think of like the...
It's all the same story. It's all derived from Journey to the West.
Is it really?
Journey to West? It's Journey to something. Yeah. Like Dragon Ball and like anything with this character is all derived from that.
Like when I think Monkey King, I think of like even the new Monkey King that's coming out.
That's derived from that, from the same story.
Oh shit.
Like literally anytime you see a monkey character with an extendable pole and a cloud or whatever, it's the same.
The more you so I'm pretty sure this one also deals off of mythology a little bit, but picked up the Mark of Kree. I've heard that this is actually a pretty good game. And it's in pretty decent shape too. No top scratches. Yeah. But I keep hearing that's a pretty decent game. So finally picked up a copy since it was in good shape.
I'll let you do that because you know about it.
So the last game in the hodgepodge pile, which I mean we have posters, so I can kind of give you an idea of and stickers in there of what it is.
I'll hold it up.
But it is from Game Room Market, and it's the release of the Treasures of Rudras? Is that how you say it?
Sure.
That sounds about right.
Rudras.
But the cool thing with this release that he did, so it's got like a little postcardy thing, and it's gonna be hard to see, but in this release, he included a lot of the spell prefixes and what they stand for. What was it? How much MP it uses, because the whole gimmick with this game is that you craft your own spells by combining different words together, whether it's like a healing and a fire spell or something of that nature. But there's a crap ton
Heal
of
with fire.
Exactly. There's a crap ton of combinations that you can put together to develop spells in this game.
I mean, technically you cauterize it with fire, so...
You're still going on about this.
It's legit.
Do you want to do Switch or DVD real quick?
Let's do DVD, because it kind of goes with the hodgepodge.
Okay.
If I can get them
I guess I'll
over here.
Start.
Those are yours.
So we did also stop at a couple Goodwills, which I feel like we were bamboozled by the first Goodwill in Maine. The first one was actually really, really nice, and then the others kind of varied a little bit in between. But at the first one, I managed to find a copy of Samurai X, which I prefer Samurai X so much more than the Rurouni Kenshin series, just because it's definitely a lot more gory and aggressive than the rest of the manga series, I feel like.
And then, speaking of gory and aggressive, I picked up one of my favorite animes of all time. It is Black Lagoon. This is the double pack with both seasons on it. I need to pick up the... It's not the third season, it's a 6-episode, like, mini season.
And I think you almost put that back on the shelf.
I did almost put it back on the shelf, but if you haven't seen this anime, definitely check it out, especially if you like foul language and just a anti-heroine who is just straight up a badass that doesn't give a shit. It's awesome.
And to balance it out, at another Goodwill, I found Super Mario. I grew up with this a little bit. I remember seeing a couple of the episodes as a kid. This is, I believe, 4 discs. And yeah, 4 discs. I don't remember if it's the whole thing or if it's just like season 1, or apparently it's 12 hours worth. But yeah, I figured why not. It was, I mean, for a box set at Goodwill is pretty cheap and everything's in fairly decent shape. It probably wouldn't hurt to go through a resurfacer, but now you're looking for the runtime.
It's just 600 minutes, whatever that, however long that is.
600 minutes. 10 hours?
So I'm not calculating that.
Well, there's 60 minutes in an hour.
Yeah, true. So, moving on to Switch. I'm going to start us off with a strange one. I don't remember what made me buy this. We saw it...
I think it was the additive.
Well, the additive, and we saw it on a video, I think it was on Switch Watch.
Yeah, probably.
And I was like, that looks kind of cool. That's a good way to kill some time. I picked up a copy of Colors Live. This is basically a coloring book
On Switch.
On the Switch. I think there's some other things that you can do on it that I'm not remembering, but it comes with a little pen, which kind of annoys me because once you open this case, then you gotta find something to do with that pen.
Yeah,
the case should have been bigger with like a little insert.
There's no way to like salvage that after you open it.
No, or at least it should have been in a cardboard one like this one, or just a bigger box to support that.
Alright, so next Switch game. This was one that was sold on Limited Run's website as like a third-party sale type thing, and then lately I've noticed if Limited Run has like a surplus in stock or somebody's just buying a shit ton after the fact, a lot of the stuff has been going back up on sale on Amazon, and that's where I got this one. It is, what is it, Fault Milestone 1. It's a visual novel. I mean, there's not much more to it. It's a visual novel. I've just been picking up Switch visual novels. I mean, how many more times can I say visual novel?
I don't know. Next up, I picked up a copy of the Pigeon Devs game collections. Games collection. I pretty much got this just for Super P, because Super P is an awesome game and a good way to kill some time. I don't forget what else is on here. There's a couple other games on here that look kind of cool.
I don't remember. But that was the first release from
whatever this one is.
Premium. Was it Premium Edition games or? Yeah. Oh, that's the second one.
Second one.
So was Super Blood Hockey the first one, or is that third one? They have more?
This is one.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the first one. That was the second one.
No. It's almost dropped it.
Okay. So yeah, case in point, visual novels. Collar, Ex Malice.
You have a little rolling counter on the side.
I mean, I can do that. But there's only one more. But it's kind of like an Otome one, where I think you're supposed to figure out how to get rid of the collar, because you're not dead yet, but soon. But of course you romance up the fucking bad guys that are supposed to be helping you the whole time, because of course, Japanese visual novel.
And next up is another limited run game.
The fuck was that?
I had a moment.
Brain stroke.
Yeah, I just tongue-tied myself. But it is Bloodstain Curse of the Moon 2. I love the first one. I've not played the second one, nor have I played the actual Bloodstain game, even though I have it. It's over there somewhere. But, yeah, you get to play as a corgi and a mech with this one, so...
That was, I mean, even if he didn't want to buy that one, we were going to end up with that one just because corgi.
Like, that's...
It's the goodest boy.
That just sells the game for us right there. Because if you don't know, we have a corgi.
Oh, pickle dog.
Yes.
Next. No More Heroes 3. Because, of course, No More Heroes 3.
You do it too.
Words. I've played a little bit of it back on the Wii. I want to actually eventually play through the series.
Yeah.
But it's Suda 51. I mean, you charge up your beam sword by jerking off, or making the jerking off motion. Of course, because it was originally a Wii game. And you save by taking a shit.
Yeah. Even though, apparently this one has some issues.
Really? I didn't hear that one had issues. I know,
No, like,
Travis...
this is the one where, like, the entire overworld is, like, PS2 era graphics.
No, I think you're thinking of Travis.
No, because you drive around on the bike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's running on the Switch. What do you expect?
I don't know.
That's why, seeing Bayonetta 3, I'm looking at the graphics, I'm like, that's PS3 graphics right now. There's no fucking way that's running on the Switch.
Bayonetta 3 should be on the PlayStation 5 or something, like...
It does. It should.
Especially with how much they have going on in those scenes with the monsters fighting, like...
Graphically, it...
God, that deserves to be on a more powerful system.
Yeah.
So...
Do you want me to do the next one?
I don't know that one.
You don't know this one? So this is a special reserve pre-order with a shitty seal on it. I'm a little disappointed, but I mean, it's gonna get opened up eventually anyways. It is the Red String Club, which this kind of falls into the, well, it's a visual novel, but it falls into the whole realm of like Valhalla, Coffee Talk, excuse me, try not to burp. 2064 read-only memories. I'm gonna have to run and go get that. I forgot about that. Not right now. I'll get it in a second. But
What?
don't worry. Go ahead.
Oh.
You do next one.
This is 2,253 out of 3,000.
I know. That's fairly high.
Too high. And then last for the Switch, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We got Prinny Presents the NIS Classics Volume 1, which this has Soul Nomad and Phantom Brave.
which I still need to see if we can pre-order the second one yet.
Aren't both of these somewhat kind of like set in the
They're in the Disgaea universe. Yeah.
I mean, the graphics are identical for the most part.
That's the thing, is I love the art style when it comes to those games.
I just like NIS America games because they don't really care all that much. So rounding things off, sort of.
Oh, we got a lot to go still.
We do.
We're like at the halfway
we got
point.
some other stuff, but we have PS3, PS4, PS5. That's not a stack of PS5 games. Holy crap!
That is a stack of PS5 games. So we've got one PS3 game.
Yes.
And that's just because with the announcement of a game that you can pre-order that comes out in March.
That we just talked about.
ADD, why the hell are there like 3 PS2 games over there that are like about to fall off the shelf? I'm so confused. This is bothering my ADD so bad right now.
I don't know.
And OCD.
Cat?
I swear to God, if the cat tries climbing the games, I'm gonna leave this unsaid. But yes, because of the announcement for a game that's coming out, I figured I already have, well, Bayonetta. I already have Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the Wii U, and I have the actual double pack with both discs in the same case. I found a copy of the PS3 copy because I thought it'd be interesting just to see how much different this runs compared to the Wii U copy. Which, I mean, I'm partial to PS3 over 360 anyways, so.
Yes. And then we picked up a copy of, this was at
both of these.
No, both of these we picked up at Five Below. We got Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, and Helix. And then they announced the sequel coming out.
I know, right? It was like shortly after we picked that up, it's like, oh, well, fuck, okay.
Because this game just looks weird but fun at the same time, because you literally are going like through time.
And I mean, it's THQ
with different
Nordic.
fighting stations, or fighting abilities. And I mean, Deus Ex is Deus Ex. I have this on Xbox One as a digital.
Yeah, because we had to look through all of our games on CLZ just to see that, well, we didn't actually have a physical. It was a little surprising. So the next one, saw this game on Switch Watch, and it looked pretty cool. And I don't know if there's gonna, I imagine there'll be an English release of it, but as of right now, the only way to get it is on Play Asia. And that is Ultra Age. It's like an action RPG, very eccentric combat fluidity, I guess is the best way to put it. And to pull back, I could not read, because I can't read that.
It is of a Asian language. I'm not sure which one.
But it's a Korean game, because the help desk.
It could be Korean.
Well, it's the Japanese copy, but it's a Korean developer because the help desk emails for Korea, which is kind of cool.
And then next up we have Origami 2, which, I mean, you're a
ninja assassin.
Ninja assassin. I wanted to say samurai for some reason, and my brain's like, it's not a samurai, it's a ninja.
I really need to play these.
Yes, they remind me a lot of Tenchu. But a little bit more faster paced.
And I think a little bit more, you need to like hide in the shadows, kind of. Tenchu. Granted, Tenchu, there were some parts where I just went through and fucking beelined it and killed everybody, did not care. It's like, oh, we're engaging in combat now.
It's so funny because stealth games, like when I play an actual stealth game, I want to just run and gun. But when I play a game that gives me the option, like Ghost of Tsushima or like Far Cry, I will try to stealth my way through some of that shit. Even though I can go in guns blazing and have just much fun.
And see, I try to start off doing the stealth, but then you get that one point where you just trigger one person. It's like, oh, fuck it, we're already doing this. This is a thing.
See, they get me in those open world games because you get more points for being stealthy than you do for being guns blazing.
True.
And you need the experience.
True. So last PS4 game, I at one point had pre-ordered this on Amazon, and Amazon's been really weird lately where you can pre-order something and then they just don't get it, period. And they'll keep asking you and asking you, do you still want this? Do you still want this? And oh, the stickers right on the front. But this this is Giraffe and Annika. I keep saying it looks like a really cutesy kind of game, and apparently the soundtrack is supposed to be really, really good. So I finally picked up a copy of that.
And next up, this stack of PS5.
Which, interesting enough, only one of them is double dipping.
Really?
Yes. All the rest of them, all of these are new IPs.
Except for this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only one that we're double dipping on.
So I had to pick up a copy of Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, even though we have the PS4 Collector's Edition.
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't. That's right. We don't have
You
that
didn't want to get it because you didn't like the
want
mask. I wanted the mask.
Yes. Yeah. This is a game I played very little of it, but I'm definitely going to boot it up on the PS5 now and play through that.
I mean, when it comes to like PS4, PS5 games, if the option is there to get a PS5 version and it's a newer game, I'll go straight for the PS5. But if I already have the PS4 copy, I'm not going to get the PS5 copy unless there's an incentive. Like they've got more cutscenes or...
This one has a full DLC area on it that's exclusive to the Director's Cut.
Because most of the PS4, you boot it in and it upgrades it a little bit already.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure I can put the PS4 copy in and get the patch for the PS5, but you don't get the island.
Which, I mean, that leads me to with Death Stranding. Eventually I will get the Death Stranding PS5 version just because they essentially put Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding in one game.
They did, but I've also heard that a lot of the new features ruin the base game and traversal and all that stuff.
That's why I'd only play it for the new stuff.
I mean, you have a freaking robot that's just legs that can pick you up and carry you where you're going.
Yeah. But back to the stack. So also we have a lot of horror games in this stack because a lot have come out recently.
Even if somebody doesn't like them.
No, I don't. I thought it'd be really fun if we did videos with the horror games to get one of those heart rate monitors.
Yeah.
I'll be hiding the whole time anyways, but...
I mean, I have a heart rate strap. I don't know if I can hook it to the computer.
I don't think so. But, managed to get a copy of Tormented Souls. I feel like this is still fairly hard to find because I haven't seen it that many places. But it follows the old school, like, survival horror formula.
So, next up, I ordered this through PlayAsia because it's the only way that I'm aware of to get the physical. But that is Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. Even came out a little, I think they're postcards.
Probably.
It looked really interesting when I first saw it because it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up where you play as a rabbit with a giant freaking mech arm attached to it. So I haven't really heard anything really about it after it released.
Yeah, nobody's really talked about it, surprisingly.
But I mean, I like side-scrolling platforming beat 'em ups, so figured give it a shot. It looked fun.
Next game's just a cutesy-ish platformer. It's supposed to be really, artistic. Picked up Hoa. I think that's how you say it.
HOA.
Ooh, has mild fantasy violence, but it's still rated E.
Oh, fantasy violence can be stupid
I
things.
know. But I just figured it was cutesy, so I figured it'd be fun.
Next up
Unlike
is a game that we saw, I think on,
Switchwatch.
Was it Switchwatch?
Yep.
The best way to describe this game is medieval time Grand Theft Auto. It is called the Rustler. You can legit launch a horse off a trebuchet.
And that's why I bought it.
And like you can steal a horse and get chased by the cops who are on horseback with the red and blue lights and sirens going while they're chasing you. It's just straight hilarious.
And it's pretty cheap too. It's one of those games where it's cheap enough that even if it does end up being shit, like, you're not out a whole lot.
It just looks so funny. Like, it could be terrible, but it could be just fun to play for 5 minutes.
Yet another horror game. This one interests me just because of the concept of it, but
Absolve.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm getting confused with Absolve, the Special Reserve Games. It has a game named Absolve.
I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it.
I mean, that makes sense. But whichever way you pronounce this, End of Gods. So it is Norse by nature, but steampunk horror. Like survival horror, if that makes any sort of sense whatsoever. Sci-fi, that's the other thing. But, I mean, when we saw the video of it, it looks like it's gonna have a little bit of like jank in the controls and menus and whatnot, but it still looks really cool.
Yeah. Am I doing this? What you doing? You don't know.
Oh well, okay. So another horror game, which I was waiting for this one to come out on PlayStation because originally it was just out on the Xbox. But that is Medium, which yet again is another kind of like survival horror-esque game where you go between two different realities, and I keep getting you with the glare, don't I?
Yes. Okay, so this next one we actually just picked up today. I kept thinking about pre-ordering it, and then we were in Walmart, and Walmart has an exclusive edition.
Which also...
that was cheaper than what I can get on Amazon.
Which also, what played into it is, we live in Delaware, so everything's tax-free, so we don't have to worry about tax between buying in store and Amazon. We don't have to worry about shipping either way, so it was more so which one has better benefits.
Yeah. And like, I was very interested in this game just because it looks like a lot of fun, and it just brings back my childhood. But it is Hot Wheels Unleashed. This is the collector's or challenge accepted edition. Comes with a little car. It's
Steelbook.
Only at Walmart. Trust me, I looked to see if I can get it somewhere else, but
as you got judged the whole time you were buying it by someone our age. Yeah.
I mean, I've watched gameplay of people playing this on some tracks, and it's Hot Wheels. It fast paced, gravity. You can launch yourself off the track if you're terrible at drifting. All right, so next up with PS5 stuff, we got a discount code for PlayStation.
For your birthday.
Was it for my birthday?
Yes.
It was for my birthday, I think.
It was for your birthday.
So I went ahead and picked up a pair of the headsets and another charging base station thing.
As we showed, that we got the black and the red controllers last video.
Yeah, so we're gonna have this now to have them charging whenever we want to use it. We have one of these already for our two white controllers because we have lots of controllers.
Yeah.
You choose one you want.
Potential. Okay, so last PS5 game, which just came late, but luckily I'm holding it down here because of the glare.
It came in one piece.
It did come in one piece. I'm impressed with how well they packed it.
And they didn't just stick the sticker to the side.
Yes. So this came late. It was from Bandai Namco, which I'm sure gives you a clue. But luckily, due to it coming late, they were very professional in the aspect that they sent everybody codes so that you could still play it on release day.
Yeah.
Granted, the codes didn't work for the first few hours that people tried, but it's thought to count. But because of that, in the glare, I have the collector's edition of Tales of Arise, because of course I do. I still have not taken the figure out of the box, so once I input the B-roll in, that will be the first time I've taken it out, but we've at least looked at the art book a little bit and the steel book that's inside.
Yes. It is a nice figure, even though it's just like their busts.
Yeah, I can.
But
Well, I'm not going to worry about showing the box because.
yeah, you're going to show B-roll.
B-roll!
And then next up for me, which I don't think we showed this the last time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So we're gonna show it again. If we showed it earlier, then oh well. But I got another Witcher statue. This one is Geralt. You can't really see him.
Because the
But this is him in the Manticore armor. Which I'm just like collecting all of these Dark Horse figures. But this one also really kind of hits me because this is the armor set that I use.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But one thing we did notice, because you said that's series 2, there seems to be a little bit of a downgrade in quality between series 1 and series 2.
Yeah, you can tell in their facial painting and just their overall look. They definitely look not as clean and crisp as the original series did.
Not as bad as the Best Buy Collector's Edition for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Speak of.
That one's bad.
Which we almost picked up another Valhalla statue. It was just too expensive.
But that one actually looked good.
It did look good, but
Where?
the price. You must have shut that window.
It's letting in a little bit more sunlight.
Okay.
We're almost done. Do you want to do this? As I sink into the glare. Now that's on camera.
Now you can see it on camera. We got the Thunderjaw pop from Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just a really cool pop. So,
It's huge.
It
and
is
also,
huge.
I got it for you, shortly after you beat the game?
I think so.
So,
Yeah.
kind of nice
So.
and novel.
Well, I'm not completely done with the game. I'm doing the DLC now. But
Well, you still at least platinum the
yeah,
main
I platinum the
game.
main game. And I'm working on 100% in the DLC. So, whenever I get back to playing it, after being on vacation, I'll let you do something before I get my book.
I need to play Tales of Arise if I can ever get the freaking TV from you.
You have time. You just take it.
Yeah. So, granted, teaser. I mentioned 2064 read-only memories briefly in another part of the video, but I was kind of like surfing online just to see if that developer had come out with any other games, and apparently they are developing a sequel to the game called Neurodiver, I think is what it's called. And it's going to be on Steam first and then eventually ported over to the Switch, I believe. But for the time being, they came out with a comic book to kind of bridge the gap between the two games. Which this is available on Amazon. It's only like $18, so it's pretty cheap. And it's pretty decently sized. Not super thick comic, but not too.
So next up,
This has a whole story behind it.
it's not really a secret that I'm a big fan of FromSoft and the Soul series. And about a month or so ago, a big YouTuber named Vati, I can't remember the last word name. He put up a video about his collaboration with a book company in doing a art book for the art contest that he's done on his channel. And I immediately backed Kickstarter, and it was backed in like an hour.
Which,
like fully funded in like an hour, and I think what was it? They won it like 500,000, and they end up getting like 2.6 million or something.
which timeout? Explain what it's Vati's, right? What his
Vati's.
YouTube channel is kind of like centered around.
It's centered around the Soulsborne universe. He does a lot of like people send him clips on like really good plays, and he does some talking about it. But he also does a lot of like the art and the lore of the game and the areas. His voice will just put you
Very soothing.
not necessarily put you to sleep, but it's very nice to listen to. And with that Kickstarter, that company also had previously put out a book that was about essentially the history of the making of Dark Souls and FromSoft as a company. And that book is called You Died. It looks like a Bible. It's amazing. It feels like a Bible.
It apparently gets dirty really easily too.
Yes,
Look at the back.
It does.
It's got fingerprints.
That's because it's like cloth. But like this book, like just opening it up randomly, you get an amazing picture. The quality is just incredible.
It's very well done.
This book is essentially written in... It's the story of how this particular author came about the Dark Souls series and fell in love with it. And it's written very well. It starts at the beginning of FromSoft's kind of history and goes into how Dark Souls became what it is.
It was almost a casualty because the day that it arrived, it was pouring here.
Yes.
And when I got home, the box was so soaked that it was practically disintegrating.
Yes.
So-
The actual Kickstarter book, we don't have an ETA when it's going to be released, but
Because he keeps adding more stuff to it.
they've gotten so much money, they're trying to figure out ways to compensate people for it. They're like Vati himself, for all the artists whose work was used in the book, he sent them, I think it was like 10 or 20 grand of his own money to pay for the rights to use their stuff. And since Kickstarter did so much better than they expected. They're giving all the artists more money for that.
Which is good.
And then they've already included like a really high quality bookmark. Vati's gonna do a reading of the book on his YouTube channel and segments exclusively for backers and a whole bunch of other things. But yeah, you'll see that book in one of these videos as soon as we get it. I don't expect it for a few months. I think they're aiming for like March or May, something like that.
So we've got a lot of pre-orders, nice pre-orders that are coming in throughout the end of the year, beginning of next year.
Yes. But definitely check out his name. We can put a link in the bottom or in the.
I'll just have to remember.
Yeah.
In the description. Hello. And I'm kind of mad because I can't remember who I bought this from. So there's like a whole movement that I absolutely support of creating physical manuals for games that have come out.
Yes.
A lot of people have been doing it with Switch games. I actually saw one the other day. Someone did a Bloodborne one.
Ooh.
That looks like, and this guy is making like essentially like 40-page manuals to go in. He does mostly Vita games and PS4.
Yes.
But this one, it's done by a small company. They mostly do zines, which zines are coming back, which is hilarious. But they made a full print color manual of Xenoblade Chronicles X. I could not think of it. But I believe it is essentially just the one that is on the disc itself for the game. But it's nice to have it handy and not have to go back to the menu for it.
Because having to look at the manual on the actual, like, in the game, it's not the same.
I mean, granted, some of the pictures in here are a little fuzzy. Like, you can tell this is a homebrew style thing. But it's a chunky boy.
You can tell they took the images off something and slapped it on the...
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially that's the cover off of the collector's edition manual, which I was trying to sell this to, I think, Ultra Bosch. Trying to show him this to get him to buy one. He's like, why, when I already have the collector's edition manual? Like, well, first off, it's a manual to go in your case, which is awesome. And second, not everybody has a collector's edition manual. That thing's actually getting hard to find. And that's a chunky boy, too, so... Yeah.
Yes. I don't know these. Well, I know this one.
You know this one? Or this one?
This one.
That one?
Yeah.
I'll let you do that one.
So, on our trip, I think it was on our way home, we stopped at our second in Charles. Because we were passing by and we were like, hey, we're up this way, might as well. So, we didn't find much game-wise, but we did find some strategy guides. Well, she found some strategy guides. The first one here is Nightmare Creatures, which we have this on 3DO.
And I'm very interested to see if it actually...
It's like somebody just like folded this.
It probably got thrown in a basket. But I'm hoping that it I don't know how different all the Nightmare Creatures are between like PlayStation 3DO. I think it was on the N64.
Yeah, which this is specifically for the PlayStation and PC version, but they're basically the same.
And then
this was actually old school Prima.
Yeah,
like,
secrets.
Yeah,
secrets of Prima. But the other strategy guide that we got, just essentially for ha-has, because it's a little tiny guy. Elden Ring. No, just kidding. But it is FromSoft, but it's Eternal Ring, which I didn't even know that this game had a guide, because I mean, there's not much to. I mean, they use big ass text in this guide.
How funny would it be if somehow
it's
Elden
related.
Ring is related to this game?
I mean, you never know. It could be somewhat in the same universe. But covers the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system.
Yes.
Sorry, my brain just imploded when I saw that just now.
Yes.
So that's why I wasn't talking.
they marketed it as a computer.
Oh yeah, well you can buy Linux for it.
Yeah.
And a keyboard, and a mouse, and a modem. Computer.
Yeah. I think that's everything.
Yep, that's everything for this pickup video. It's actually quite a bit. Not a whole lot as far as like collector's editions, which I know some of our pickup videos have been very collector's edition heavy. Grant, we'll have one in the next one. I didn't even think about pausing or not doing the video until that came in, but...
Which one?
More one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's only for a statue. Spoiler!
But,
we always picked that up when we were on the trip too, because for some reason everybody had like 5 copies of it.
yeah, there was a lot of Xbox One copies of, EOS Morrowind.
ESO.
Yeah. My brain went Elder Online Scrolls.
Yeah.
But
I think there's other things coming too, but I can't remember what they are.
quite a bit. But that's all we got for this pickup video. Nice little hodgepodge, pretty PlayStation heavy.
It's always PlayStation heavy.
But yeah.
We get a lot of Switch this time too, so.
If you like our content, make sure that you follow us on Instagram, because that's when I actually get on Instagram, which lately I've been slacking, but that's where most of our up-to-date content is. We do have a Twitter that we don't really use all that often.
No.
Eventually, we keep mentioning that we're going to do Twitch, so keep an eye out for that on Instagram. Do have a TikTok, though, that I've only put 2 videos on so far. I want to get into that. But,
yeah. And eventually soon we'll start back up our Ratchet and Clank series and finish that out, but... Yeah. Life.
Work's been stressful, man.
It has.
Work's been real stressful, to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna come home, and I'm gonna take a 2-hour nap, because fuck this day.
Can't even be on vacation for 2 days without work stressing me out.
You ain't lying about that. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, like our video, leave us some comments. Have you picked up any of these games, and you know, which ones do you definitely recommend playing and getting into? But
yes. Have you seen Black Lagoon?
Pretty
Pretty sure it's on Netflix, or at least it used to be.
There's no telling, they pull stuff all the time.
Yeah, they changed it. It's probably on a streaming service somewhere, so you can watch it pretty easily.
But until next time, guys.
See ya.